Hey, Open Forum Radio listeners, this is Larry, aka Blue Man Rule, and I'm here with William, Geeks for the Win behind the mic, and I'm here with Carol. And
nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. And we are here discussing This War of Mine. Tell me a little bit about the thought process behind the game and what it's trying to discuss that most games don't generally touch upon.
Okay, usually when you think about war game, you have like this typical scheme, like, okay, I'm a hero, I'm fighting the bad guys, Nazis, terrorists, whatever you call them. But what we thought is that usually no one says anything about the civilians, and obviously during a conflict 10% of people are soldiers and the rest of them are civilians, and usually civilians are the ones that are struck hardest by conflicts, right? So we thought, hey, let's dig deeper into it and find out how it is to be a civilian during a war. And we found like hundreds and thousands of memoirs, diaries, articles showing that how creepy and how it's a real hell to be a civilian during a conflict, right? So we said, hey, it's a time for someone to show the people the true image of war, not the pretty face that from the Hollywood movie stuff. No, let's show them the horror of war. And we thought that games are like the best media outlet to do that, because movies and books are not interactive. You read the book and okay, well, that's a sad story, but that's all. And then in a game, you are the one that tailors the story. You make the bad decisions, you make the good decisions, you're the good guy or you're the bad guy, and it's all up to you. Because in our game, we don't force you to be any kind of those. It's all up to you who's gonna come.
And the one thing that I really, really like about the game is the scarcity of resources. You have to scavenge and just really look for a lot of resources, but not also look for resources, but use the right member on your team to create resources, right?
Yes, because usually, in nowadays we all are used to iPhones, great cars and stuff like that, but suddenly when the bombs are falling, it turns out that the most simple things are the most important ones. So the food, medicine, running water, that you can drink, that's the stuff that's important, and that's the biggest challenge in the game, because like you said, resources are limited, so you have to look for them, and you can fight somewhere, some of them in your shelter, but then if you run out of them, then you have to go to scavenge, and you can visit a lot of different locations and meet a lot of different peoples that are in the same situation that you, and that's the biggest thing in the game, that the interactions between characters. It's not only about scavenging and resources, but also about how you're gonna behave in such situation, and will you stay human, or maybe after some days when you have to decide, like, it's either me or them, so what are you gonna do? And that's what we want to achieve, that people who finish the game, they should spend a while and think, wow, I mean, that was a tough experience for me, and I wonder if I would do the same if it was the real conflict. And that's kind of the questions that we wanted to raise.
Right. And when you mentioned the simple things, and I'm glad you mentioned the word simple, because the control scheme is really, really simple. It's just mouse and click. Yes. It's just mouse and click. So
yes, the thing is, we wanted it to be accessible for everyone, so you just need the mouse and you click everything, and thanks to that, we'll be able to bring the game to the tablet soon, so we can expect that in next month. And we will have the same experience on the mobile devices, which is really cool, because not everyone can play on PC or Mac or something like that. So we'll be bringing that to the tablets, and everyone will be able to enjoy. But that's the bad word here, because that's not the story to enjoy, but let's say you'll be able to experience that thing.
Yes. All right, so, and I know it's already out, and you guys have received a lot of acclamations and a lot of praise. Do you see something like This War of Mine expanding on this idea, or maybe taking this out a little further later?
Well, I think that, it took movies like 40 or 50 years, to change from the silly movies about Charlie Chaplin to some serious stuff. And I think the same is happening right now with games. So we had hundreds and hundreds of simple games about shooting and killing, and luckily we are finally, grown enough up to do some serious stuff. And I believe that we've shown that the game that is serious, it's not about fun. It can get a great success and be appreciated by all the people, like the medias, gamers, players, everyone appreciate it. And I believe that now people will have the courage to start doing more and more of such games. So I'm looking forward to that, because I love simple games. I play Grand Theft Auto and stuff, but I love to play the game that somehow makes me think when I'm done with it, not just take out the DVD and I'm done. No, I would like to think, and maybe it can even somehow influence my life. That would be the best.
All right, Carol. So go ahead and tell us where people can find it on what services like Steam and things like that, and just tell us what the cost is, and where they can find more about 11-Bit Studios.
Well, so if you want to learn more about the game, you should visit thiswarofmine.com. That's the biggest site we can find everywhere there. If you want to find, you can also find us on Facebook, and you can do a lot of materials. The game costs $18.99, so it's available through Steam, GOG.com, and our other digital vendor platforms. So it's easily, and if you're at PAX maybe, then you can grab a discount here and you can get it for $10. So it's really virgin.
Right. Well, thanks for your time today. We really appreciate it. Game looks awesome. Thank you. Bye-bye. All right, everybody, that's it for Perform Radio. We'll be back in your ear with more video and more coverage from PAX South.